Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker and its teaser trailer debuted just a couple of days ago over at Star Wars Celebration Chicago, and it left a lot of fans very much speechless as to what they saw between both footage of Rey, Kylo Ren, and of course everything else going on in the background, as well as the voice of Emperor Palpatine's laughter at the very end of the footage. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really intrigued about when it comes to this movie has all to do with exactly where J.J. Abrams is taking the fans and how this movie is going to be filled with nostalgia. Take, of course, the Death Star 2 wreckage for a great example here. However, a lot of people are very curious about the Knights of Ren in Star Wars Episode 9 and what they are up to in this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks ago, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it comes to one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for one specific Knight of Ren in Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes shot during the month of September of 2018 included Adam Driver as Kylo Ren on a speeder set piece, where all 6 Knights of Ren were behind him as well on speeders in front of a large green screen. It's described that this took place on a rocky world with high canyons and rivers, where one of the speeder set pieces was dubbed as Kylo Ren's Speeder. It's described that this speeder design is slim and black in color, with 2 blasters equipped in the front. It's said that this Knight of Ren in particular has a helmet that differs from all of the other ones where it extends in the back. Another prop piece included was the helmet design where it was said to be slightly damaged and dubbed as Kylo Ren's damaged helmet. So I want to go over a couple of parts about all of this. Now, we do know that the Knights of Ren are going to be very prominent in this movie, and we can already tell that Disney and Lucasfilm withheld them from, of course, the Star Wars Episode 9 teaser trailer. And a lot of people are wondering, where have they been in The Force Awakens and in The Last Jedi? In case you guys did not know, J.J. Abrams is setting up this story and telling us that the Knights of Ren were away in the Beyond on a personal mission, pretty much by Kylo Ren and Snoke, ordering them to go over there into the Beyond, and that's exactly where they were during the events of 7 and 8, and now they're back from their mission in Episode 9, and pretty much with Kylo Ren. So, what do I think about this character being dubbed as Kylo Ren? Now, we do know that a majority of the Knights of Ren are going to be dubbed or named after, of course, Japanese male names from what it seems so far, which honestly I think is great. It's really, samurai-esque, and I really love the way things are going with, of course, the Knights of Ren in this movie. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, what can the Knights of Ren really do, against anybody else if they're just, people that use primitive weapons like axes, spears, and shields, and hammers, and stuff like that, whatever have you. Now, I'm pretty sure that those weapons are actually going to be a way to provoke their enemy to attack, where they're actually going to surprise a lot of their enemies with lightsabers, because we do know that originally in the Force Awakens art book, we do know that J.J. Abrams had the idea where the Knights of Ren, or at least 2 of them, had, of course, lightsaber hilts, which would explain as to why a couple of months ago, some of the male actors in their 20s that portrayed the Knights in this movie were actually said to be using lightsaber hilts against either Kylo Ren or even, of course, against somebody else entirely. Which leads one to believe what's going to happen with the Knights. Do they go up against Kylo? Do they turn on him? Or are they doing something like a training session? We're not quite sure. One thing is for certain, though, is that the Knights of Ren are going to be big in this movie. They're going to be a very big focus in the movie. They're going to be highlighted most likely in the full trailer and, of course, the upcoming poster, which probably won't drop until the full trailer releases. Now, keep in mind, this July, Star Wars is going to be big over at Star Wars, or should I say San Diego Comic-Con, alright, over in California. It's going to be big. A lot of people are going to go there for Star Wars-related stuff, and you can definitely expect a BTS reel, which is a lot of behind-the-scenes footage, to drop during that event. So we're going to get more footage most likely during the month of July, which honestly, guys, it ain't that far away. April's almost over. We're halfway through, and then we only got May and June at that point in time, right? So, moving on forward, the one thing that I do want to look at here when it comes to Episode 9 is that J.J. Abrams is, of course, doing something very unique with the Knights. There's a lot of revelations coming our way through the Knights of Ren themselves and their connection to Kylo Ren. So keep in mind that yes, the Knights of Ren, there is going to be a big storytelling element in the movie, and that there's going to be a lot of things to tell about the characters' past and where they've been and where they've gone. But I think that the beyond, the fact that it's going to be a major backdrop for this movie, it really makes one wonder, what in the world is the beyond, and does it have something to do with Palpatine's laughter at the very end of course, the footage of The Rise of Skywalker and its teaser trailer? So what do you guys think about Kylo Ren, spelt Hiroto, and of course his damaged helmet and speeder? From the sounds of it, guys, it looks amazing from what we have seen so far, and what we are hearing right now about the Knights of Ren having speeders, it really is a direct callback to, of course, Enfys Nest and the Cloud Riders. Take note that Enfys Nest, in a very strange way, the helmet itself looks very similar to that of Kylo Ren's, if you look very closely. And it could have something to do with, of course, Han Solo perhaps telling Kylo Ren about an old enemy of his, and maybe that's why Kylo Ren based his helmet off of Enfys Nest. It's possible. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.